Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015 whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the you in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Don't forget to like, listen, subscribe. Thanks to everybody that puts up with our ish. Don't forget to catch us 1 p.m. every Sunday Pacific time for our town hall meeting that we have, our discussion. We love to have people in there. We'd love to have you voice your opinion. We'd like to bring you on screen and all that stuff. How you doing, Senor Wesley?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm just out right now in Arizona. Went and checked out one of the semiconductor plants that the CHIPS Act actually helped pay for. I'm gonna have a little video made up about that over the next week or so. I really want to touch base on some of the things that each candidate has done. Actually, some of the things they've both been in office of some sort. You got Trump,
yeah,
as far as being president, Kamala as being vice president, and kind of touch on what their administrations have been able to add to the day-to-day Americans' lives. So yeah, that's one thing. But let's go ahead and start this show off. It's kind of been a weird election this year. We got Elon Musk. A daily 1 million giveaway to register voters could be illegal, experts say. While stumping for former President Donald Trump on Saturday, tech billionaire Elon Musk announced that he will give away 1 million each day to register voters in battleground states, immediately drawing scrutiny from election law experts who said the sweepstakes could violate laws against paying people to register. We want to try and get over 1 million, maybe 2 million voters in the battleground states to sign the petition in support of the First and Second Amendment. We're going to be awarding 1 million randomly to people who have signed the petition every day from now until the election, Musk said at a campaign event in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The ex-owner and Tesla CEO was referring to a petition launched by his political action committee affirming support for the rights to free speech and to bear arms. The website launched shortly before some registration deadline says the program is exclusively open to registered voters in Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, and North Carolina. So it gets a little bit better and better every time you listen to Elon Musk come out with something that he has to kind of say about this election. He's already given away $75 million through a super PAC for ads and everything like that to help Donald Trump to be elected. And they're also saying that if Trump is elected, that Musk is going to get control over the different departments that would monitor what his businesses do, like the energy department.
They're saying Musk 53 has more than a passing interest in Trump's success if reelected. Trump promises to make Musk head of Government Efficiency Commission, a job Musk vows will help rid the country of regulation he views as bad for the economy and deterrents to doing business.
Wow. So what kind of regulation? You talking about for digging for lithium, which they found a bunch of lithium, I believe was in Arkansas, with stuff like that.
They say they found some in North Carolina too, and that's why they're trying to say the conspiracies or whatnot.
Yeah, for Hurricane Helen, why they let North Carolina just kind of get blown off the map of a lot of the cities in North Carolina. But it just, to me, I feel like he's going to end up running for president one day.
Elon Musk, he needs to be deported. What he's doing is election interference at this point.
Actually, he can't run for president because he's not a
citizen.
He wasn't born in this city, in this country. Yes.
Yeah, they'll change the laws for him.
He can buy elections, but he can't necessarily become a president of the United States, which is really it's almost a worse thing to be able to have him in a position he's in now with the money he has to be able to kind of sway the elections the way he is and to be so vocal of a person who's gone against the rights of people in South Africa, black people in this country, basically saying that we're racist. We're the ones who's racist because we talk about the things that are going on in this country. They don't just like you listen to what Trump was saying when he said he wanted to get rid of the education department. The guy said, well, wait, hold on. So what do you think about if someone comes out, a state like California comes out and say, hey, we want to teach a new kind of history. Well, one word says that this country was found on the backs of slavery and off of a stolen land.
He said he said if any school teaches slavery or they teach that the plight of the indigenous people here, he said he will defund the schools.
The actual factual things that happen in this country, you will defund the schools due to that. It's crazy. That's any type of like DEI or whatever they want to call it, or
They
that's some
use
kind of
DEI. DEI is
what's the
basically DEI is basically a teaching that they teach kids in college. It's a part of law stuff. It has nothing to do with school. The history they teach you in America is the natural history here in America. You're supposed to learn the history so you don't repeat it.
but it's called something else. They've been calling it in
They
school. I
call it
can't remember what.
DEI.
Yeah, they call
No,
it's
not
another.
DEI. They call it what have they
I
been
can't.
called? I haven't heard the word in so long.
I can't remember the actual terminology for it right now either. I have to
Yeah,
go back and look
DEI
it
is
up.
the
Yeah, diversity,
diversity
equity,
and
inclusion.
equity inclusion. What have they
Yeah,
been calling it? Oh man, fuck, I haven't heard it in
it
so
doesn't
long.
really matter. The point of it
Yeah.
is though is that at this point in time, if I learned that in school when I was a kid, that slavery was what kind of built this country. Everyone knows that to be true. This country, the first things sold at the stock exchange were slaves. This country's net worth was over 70-80% based off the slave trade.
I mean, what are they
That's
going to
what
teach them now? Are they going to be like, hey, everybody just came to America and they were living here?
and they're
Are you
happy
gonna
to be
you're
here.
gonna wait for someone's grandparents to say something to your biracial friend, then he has to go ask his family? You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
It's like they're trying to protect white frailty. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy under Donald Trump, they were proud of that shit. Excuse my
yeah,
language. They were proud of it. They were happy. They know their history. They're happy of it. Now they know that the demographic is changing, so they're trying to hold on to that little bit of power that they have, but they
yeah.
don't want their kids to feel bad.
And
You know what I'm
then
saying? I'm just saying
yeah,
like this. I'm like this. All right, cool. You know the country's going to change. So how do you want to be treated? Do you want to be treated like you treat everybody else right now and have you treat everyone for now, or do you want to turn a new cheek and try to correct your wrongs? Because it's
uh,
going to happen. It's going to happen.
it's
Well,
already happening. That's why we're having these
depending on
discussions.
who gets elected, because like I'm saying, bro, he gonna get rid of all the minorities. That's just what it
At
is.
the end of the day, you only can prolong it. That's all he did when we brought him in, and he actually changed the face of the Supreme Court. It just prolonged a little bit. That's all they're looking to do, really. With all these abortion laws, everything that they're doing right now, it's all a prolonging effect. With him coming in, talk about $1 million a day for basically, I'm gonna give away $1 million a day for voters in these few states right here who registered to sign up for this petition for this right here. You know what I mean? All you're doing is trying to prolong the process. That's why he's running to Mars. I'm going to have a whole society built on us for Mars by 2054. Basically, is what he's going to do. You know what I mean? I bet you that's going to have a whole bunch of, that won't have very much diversity, equity, or inclusion in that either. You know what
Good.
I mean?
I
He's
don't want to
not
go to
trying.
Mars with them because when it messes
I'm
up, don't
just
be
saying.
asking for our help. We ain't sending no more rockets to you, Martian man.
You know that's you know how he is, man. That's what he really thinks. And you have to look at the guy he's stumping for. Look at Trump. He said Trump attempts to troll Harris by serving French fries at a Pennsylvania McDonald's. Man,
Comedy. I saw.
yeah,
Did you see the video? It was the whole thing was staged, which it normally was. Because everyone that came to the window, someone pointed out, he's like, look at the guy pull up to the window with no seatbelt on. I said, damn.
Hey, they say former President Donald Trump served French fries Sunday at a Philadelphia-area McDonald's, oversalting spuds and peppering in some jabs at Vice President Kamala Harris. The franchise in Festerville was closed for normal business during Sunday's photo op. The customers who went through the drive-through were pre-selected by the franchise and the local Trump campaign team, according to persons familiar with the event. The cars were also screened and searched, and the people in them were wanded and according to the source. The campaign visit in the critical battleground state just 2 weeks off from the election was designed to troll Harris, who has talked about working at one of the fast food chains restaurants when she was younger. Without evidence, Trump has accused Harris of lying about the experience as a way to improve her working class credibility. But yeah, dude looked like
You know what's
yeah.
crazy though? It's like they're like, there's no record of her working at McDonald's. I'm like, show me your record of you working in the 80s and the 90s. I ain't got no record showing me I worked at Toys R Us. I ain't got no record showing me I worked at
I mean,
Farkernarkles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the,
who keeps that kind of stuff?
but no, it's not even that there's no record. It's that they don't have to. This is what's been going on this entire time, bro. What they do is they'll come out and they can lie about anything because they know by the time anyone fact checks them, most of the people who like to believe lies or have already spread them. I had a person tell me something about a situation that's going on with a celebrity, right? Like, oh, this is what I heard happen. I said, man, you know that's not true, right? They've already said that this didn't happen. You know what I mean? But by the time this person tells me, and now they spread it to 15, 30, 40 other people, a lie that's not even true, that it's already been debunked. That's not even true. It's not even in the accusation or in the paperwork. You know, it doesn't matter. So
I
this
was
is
sitting
what
there
these
with
guys do,
somebody,
man.
we were arguing about something. I was like, man, just Google it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know. It's kind of stupid, like for him to be like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go work at McDonald's. I'm like, bro, You know, it's the funniest picture too, because everyone's like, if you lose, they're gonna hold on to that photo.
But
But
the
I
thing
mean,
that,
that's goofy. I mean, like he eats McDonald's, that's cool. But I mean, like you trying to work there to like that doesn't make any sense, bro. It seems like you're like kind of losing. You
but
know what I'm
when
saying? Like,
what all they're really trying to do, man, is stay in the. Everyone's trying to like earn the day's news, pretty much be
yeah,
front page of the day, whatever the story is. They want to be the story. Well, no matter how ridiculous it is, he doesn't care, man. There's just so many. I'm down in Arizona. I'm watching different commercials. I know some of these things are not true. Some of these things are lies that's being put in these commercials, but it doesn't matter. You got 2 weeks left to the election. What are they going to do? I mean, once you've shown it to me, I seen it. And if I want to believe a lie, or if I'm predisposed to believing lies, I'm going to go for it, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So
I wanted to do one really quick.
go ahead.
It's hundreds of U.S. schools impacted by listeria contamination food recall. Hundreds of schools in at least 16 U.S. states may have been sent food contaminated with listeria, a potentially deadly bacteria. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, announced earlier this month that more than 11.7 million pounds of ready-to-eat meat and poultry products have been recalled by manufacturer Bruce Pack after the bacteria was found during a routine inspection at a facility in Durant, Oklahoma. While the recalled meat was included in prepared meals sold at a variety of grocery stores in more than 20 states, the USDA last week released a preliminary list of around 200 schools that had also been sent the items. The list, which was updated on Thursday, included schools in the District of Columbia and the following states: Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida, Michigan, New York, Iowa, Tennessee, New Jersey, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, Wisconsin, Missouri, West Virginia, and Delaware.
Jesus, man, that's like the whole country, pretty much. It sounds
Yeah,
like to me.
yeah.
It's like half the states in the country. You
And
know.
I bring that up because they got rid of the regulations, and a lot of people are pointing out this is what happens when you don't have regulations. This was just a random inspection that they were doing, and they found all this out, and a lot of it was Boar's Head too. Remember that they had one before, and so
They,
when you're
they,
getting rid of all these elections, have consequences, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like these are this stuff was sent to your children. You know what
they,
I'm
they,
saying?
They said that none of the recalled products were purchased or distributed by the USDA's National School Lunch and Breakfast programs, with the schools instead purchasing the food directly from private vendors. You know what I mean? So like you said, I mean, this is kind of a thing to where people are wanting to go outside of the normal. I think that we do in some aspects. I think the schools are not working the way they are, but to start breaking them down state by state, I feel like what he's almost doing is dividing us up as a nation. That's what you start doing. When you start breaking everything up and fragmenting things, there will be things in some states that'll be seen as a complete lie that'll be truths in most of the country.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
crazy to me.
a lot of people aren't into fact checking because when they start fact checking stuff, they realize they're fed a bunch of lies and it'll drive them crazy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so that the crazy part about that is that like some people, ignorance is bliss. I wish I could sit around and just not care about stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish I could sit around. I don't know who I want to vote for because it's not going to affect me. It
Yeah,
will affect me.
I had a friend of mine. I mean, he's a staunch Democratic supporter, man. This dude's always, I mean, he's Democrat through and through. He's angry because of the administration's handling of the crisis over in Israel. You know what I mean? Like what's going on in Gaza. So he's like Kamala's a murderer, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, first of all, she's not the president. So she really has no say so over what continues to go on there. And second of all, she's the first person to have come out and spoke out against it. Like spoke out against what's going on over there. So, and third of all, I don't have the convenience to be able to sit back and care about what's going to be happening. I care about what's going on with them, but I also care about what's going to happen to us over here, me and my people here in this country, once this deranged administration, if they do take office, what they're going to try and do. You know what I mean?
Oh,
What they've already
they're gonna. It's already over. It's
Yeah.
already over. If the person that was, I keep saying this. Let's make a $10 bet, a gentleman's bet, sir, right here.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you after the election, he will not. I bet that after the election, he will not accept the results. He'll call for violence, and officials will be murdered, and it'll spark a civil war here in America. $10.
All right. Gentleman's bet. Listen, I'm gonna tell you why. I think he might win, and I don't want him to win. This is not me saying
there's no way he can. There's no way he's not gonna win.
Man, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man.
Don't believe the internet. Don't believe the internet.
Let me just say this to you. When I'm in Washington State, where we're at, I see a lot of commercials for him. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's just flooding the airwaves, and Kamala is just not doing as much work here, because she knows she got the state wrapped up. Why would I put my money here? I come down here to a straight battleground state. This is a battleground state, a very important one. This is Arizona. I'm seeing so many commercials, pro-Trump commercials. I see some for Kamala too. I see her trying to throw her little, but he's like going for the jugular on his. Kamala believes in transgender for prisoners, and transgender sex change for prisoners, and it's crazy. I mean, everything's jugular down here. She has hers was like he wants to get rid of Social Security and Medicaid, like the little soft. I mean, you're that's pity pat punching. You got to go hard. You know what I mean? I understand.
Not really. I mean, what he's doing right now, he's making himself look bad. If you saw
people.
Look, I'm not even going to read the article, right? But you saw what he said about Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Up there, you in a rally talking about another man's dick.
I
saw him come out the shower, and that man.
Listen, but you got to know one thing, man. What I'm saying to you, the rest of everybody else, they didn't mind him talking about that. They're all don't even care that he said it. They have no care. I got people on my page like, if you care about America, you would vote for Donald Trump. This girl said I couldn't. I'm looking. I'm like, well, what about January 6th? What about the electorates? What about all the fake electorates you sent? That's two different things. That's not even the same thing.
They're not caring about that, bro. I mean, they can't come out right and say it. They want to save white America.
You heard what I'm saying? They want me to.
That's all it is right now. That's all they want to do. They want to save it so they can have an absolute power over everybody. They want to go back to when they could kill people and do whatever they want to do. They want to go back when women couldn't vote. I mean, at the end of the day, Kamala's gonna win. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. I know for a fact. Look.
I felt the same way about Hillary, man. I felt the same way about Hillary.
But Hillary was different. Remember, James Comey came out at the end and messed all that up. He messed all that up. But see, with Kamala, it's a little different. Before Hillary Clinton, women weren't understanding how much their rights were going to be affected. You know what I'm saying? You can see all these black people online, all vote for Trump. They just arrested a lady from 4 years ago doing one of the PPP loans. She in there like, what? That was 4 years ago. They're like, yep, coming to get you right now. You know what I'm saying? I just watched the video. Like they was honored. Look at. There's too much at stake for this one. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe all these people, all these black folks online. They go get in there. They ain't vote for him. No, you think even the women that are married to the people that have MAGA families, they're not voting for him. You know what I'm saying? They have too many sisters, too many cousins, too many daughters. You got to look at your daughter in the face and be like, fuck your rights. I'm voting for him.
That's the crazy part about it to me. That's what I'm like, man. I'm not, like I said, I'm not even a woman, but I understand what they're basically turning being a woman into you carry kids. That's what you're here for.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I mean? That's a messed up thing right there.
Handmaiden's tale, basically.
Yeah.
Or you're a birther. Man. We're gonna put you in this home so you can birth somebody else's baby. That's what's happening right now. They're gonna get rid of the migrants. Then they're gonna get rid of all the colored people that they don't like, that ain't with them, and everyone else is gonna get rounded up. You think they're gonna make America great again, right? And then when you resist, the police can shoot you because I have total immunity. If Donald Trump wins, I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have time because I live in Washington, but I don't want to be in America no more. I don't want to live in Donald Trump's America. There's no place for me in Donald Trump's America.
And I think these guys probably have the same exact view as you. The exonerated Central Park Five sue Trump for defamation after debate comments.
Yeah.
They say that the five men who make up the Central Park Five and now call themselves the exonerated five have filed a defamation lawsuit against Donald Trump over his remarks during the presidential debate last month. The lawsuit focuses on September 10th debate in Pennsylvania, where Trump said the five men, Antron McCray, Kevin Richardson, Yusef Salaam, Raymond Santana, and Corey Weiss, pleaded guilty when they were tried in connection with the assault and rape of a woman who had been running in Central Park on April 19th, 1989, and the victim had died. During the debate, he said they admitted, they said they pled guilty. And I said, well, if they pled guilty, they badly hurt a person, killed a person ultimately. And if they pled guilty, then they pled were not guilty. I don't know. Then they pled we're not guilty. I guess at the time of the trial, each had pled not guilty, and the victim of attack survived. The complaint said Trump's statements are demonstrably false, adding plaintiffs never pled guilty to any crime and were subsequently cleared of all wrongdoing. Furthering the victims of the Central Park assaults were not killed. The complaint further said that the men, now in their 50s, have suffered injuries as a result of the defendant Trump's false and defamatory statements. So, I mean, they don't
care what he says. Look, they just came out and proved that he gave COVID tests to Russia when Americans were dying. They don't care. They don't care. Look, they got fucking him all over the Epstein list, all over it. They
all
don't
over it.
care.
90 phone calls, over 90 phone calls to Epstein. Some phone calls at 2, 3 in the morning talking about I need a massage. You know what I mean? We all knew there was code word for massage with Epstein was a little girl, allegedly. That's what they say.
Look. He came out. The guy was interviewing him the other day, and he was like, "Look, man, you said that they're eating the cats and the dogs, and you came that came out not to be true." He's like, "I don't know. That's why I read it somewhere. I read that happened." Think about it. This man's supposed to be the commander in chief of America, but he won't even admit that he knew it was wrong. But he's like, "Oh, I read that somewhere." He's blaming something else for it. They don't care. We're 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out. He's gonna get his votes. That's what's gonna happen.
He's gonna get a lot of votes, man.
He's gonna get his votes, just like last time. Just like last time. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is he's not gonna win. They're just gonna take it. It don't matter no more. People don't understand. America is over. I almost didn't let. Only reason I let my son go to the school dance is I told him it'd be the last one he gets to go to.
Yeah, because of everything that's going on. You thinking?
Yeah, it's over. Think about it. If the people tried to overthrow the government and you didn't even lock them up, the main people that orchestrated it, and now you letting the main guy do it, get run for president again, he has everything in place for him to do what he needs to do. It's over, and we're gonna live stream it here live for you folks
on November 5th. I mean, absolutely. But
yeah.
I got one more for you.
Yeah.
Israel killed its prime target, but Sinwar's death seems down to chance, not precise planning. In the end, after a year-long multi-agency manhunt involving the latest technology, Israel's best special forces and American assistance, Yahya Sinwar appears to have been killed by regular soldiers who had stumbled upon him and had no idea whom they had killed. According to the initial reports, they were not there on an assassination operation and had no prior intelligence that he could be in the vicinity of the elusive Hamas leader, architect of the October 7th attacks, the man Israel most wanted to kill. It was only after they took a closer look at his face and found identity documents on him that the troops realized they had got Sinwar. Along the way, Israel Defense Forces have smashed much of Gaza and are estimated to have killed more than 42,000 Palestinians, driving 2 million from their homes, and a humanitarian disaster Sinwar set in motion with the sheer brutality of the initial surprise assault a year ago, killing 1,200 Israelis and taking 250 hostages.
So they said the whole time they were telling everybody, oh, he was in the tunnels, he's handcuffed to hostages and children, and and they found him. He was in an apartment by himself, chilling, because they showed the drone footage.
With a mask on. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
They showed the drone footage of him, and he threw something at the drone. You know what I'm saying?
It looked like his hand had been either shot off or blown off.
He only had one hand
like
left.
That. He only had one hand left, man. They had pictures of him and his wife. I mean, what they really tried to do in the first place, they tried to show like the brutality of how they walked up on him. Because they ended up, the first picture you see of him, he got all of his fingers on his other hand and he has a watch on. And he has a gunshot wound when they shot him in the head. They said that the explosion didn't kill him because they sent the bomb in.
Yeah,
after they saw the thing, it didn't kill him. He was just sitting there and they shot him in his head. Then the next pictures you see of him is these fingers are like these fingers are cut off. They're gone because they took them back for identification purposes, and his watch is gone too as well. You know what I mean? So they somebody probably took that as a souvenir of some sort, took the watch that he had on. But man, I mean, they tried to make they tried to make him out to be a horrible person. Not saying he wasn't, like how they were showing the footage in the beginning, but then they went back and they saw he became a martyr due to the footage that they had shown.
Yeah.
And everyone was cheering and happy. Then they tried to come back and say, oh, look at his wife in a tunnel. Look at the purse she has. That's a $32,000 Birkin bag.
They thought they did something, right? And everyone was like, nah, bro, that's a knockoff, first of all.
You know what I mean?
And they're like, when is this happening? You know, I saw this article this lady was doing, and she was talking about how you know, most of the workers that Israel had were Palestinians. They did a lot of construction for them, right?
Yeah.
And that's 100,000 workers they lost. But before the attack, they were writing to India to fill those jobs. They told India we needed 42,000 people to come and work these construction jobs. Like they already knew
that this was going to happen.
That it was going to happen.
Everyone's been there's been some conspiracy theories around saying that there's no way that they could have amassed the amount of troops that they amassed in different places without Israel knowing. And there are also a lot of people saying that they believe that Netanyahu may have been involved in this because it helps bolster him staying in office longer. Oh, I got a war. I have to fight a war. This is what's going on here. I have to defend our nation.
And he keeps starting different wars and stuff. Yeah, then the people of Israel,
stay in office.
They want him to leave. They're like, yo, you need to stop. And I guess they also came out, they said every ceasefire deal, he has shot it down. It is him.
You hear about the deal they're saying that he has with Trump. They said that
Yeah,
he has a backdoor deal with Trump to try to keep the war going so that it looks bad on the Democrats. I mean, but it's looking bad on them regardless. They should have done something. They should have done a lot of things differently than what they did.
yeah,
They should have controlled this war. They could have controlled it with the flow of weapons better than what they did.
yeah.
They didn't have to do it with rhetoric. They could have did it with the control of weapons. Like, hey, we got other things going on. Unless somebody else attacks outside of here, we'll take care of the Houthis. You ain't got to worry about them too much. We'll make sure you have your Iron Dome. You got enough missiles. We'll make sure you shoot everything down. But any outside, if you want to do outside excursions, if you go past where we tell you to go past, we're shutting shit down. Period. But then they're gonna say now that I'm not sure where they found Sinwar at. That was some crazy footage, man. That was some wild footage. What they had of him right there. His last few moments right there. That just shows you how they were just destroying house by house by house, flushing people out. That's all this operation was a flushing out of different people trying to figure out where things are. They had no clue.
Not even a flush. They're just destroying the buildings. They want the land. Look at Gaza, bro. They blew up Gaza and they show it's flattened so they can take it over. You know what I'm saying? Look what they're doing in Beirut. Is that saying it correctly? Beirut. Beirut. They're blowing up apartment complexes. I just saw a video of people sleeping in the streets because their apartments were blown up. These are families being shot, blown up.
I think they're over 3,000, 4,000 dead already up in
yeah.
And Lebanon
and then everyone that's attacking Israel, they're attacking military targets. No, hit them where it hurts. Hit them back the same way they hitting you. It's gonna happen.
You know how they just said that they believe that they thought they want to try to blame it on Iran, that Netanyahu's, I guess it's like his vacation villa that he has, like this home that he has. They tried to blow it up. I mean, you just killed a bunch of their leadership. Now you killed Yahya Sinwar. You're showing your naked ass at this point in time right now. Excuse my language. You're showing you know what I mean, like by how they're knowing where everyone is, killing them all, killing all their leadership in Lebanon. I mean, at the end of the day, what do you expect them to do? You guys sent a missile. You guys blew, and I won't say send the missiles. You guys blew up the guy over in from Gaza. I can't remember his name right now. You guys blew him up over in Tehran. You killed him in a villa that he was staying at there. What do you expect these people to do after a while? You know what I mean? They got to try to attack or show some kind of sign of strength because their people are probably, I mean, just imagine how they're feeling. That's just how I look at it.
No, they fight dirty against you. You got to fight dirty against them. And you know, and someone posted, they're like, oh, you're posting that, you killed Sinwar. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy. Like, you don't want to post how they killed all these children and, buried them under rubble and stuff. Just they killed this one guy. So, I mean, it's crazy stuff. We're going to keep you updated. We're going to bring you more stuff. This is Uncommon Courtesy. We're going to see you next time.